I go to test, and then they're like, and then I'm like, again, it's just like, negative, Jesus' name, I'm gonna look after my wife. And Empath was like, Empath was like, buddy,
You should have gotten tested yesterday.
you might as well have tested with
Yeah. Yeah. Alright. Yeah. I said that she down to ride, and all she said was your baby.
Welcome
Hey!
back to our channel.
Hey guys, we're back.
We're back.
We're back, man. We're back, baby.
We're back.
What it do, baby? I'm gonna add that clip in.
What it do?
What's up, guys? My name is Clive.
I'm Robin.
And we're the Nyakoti.
As if you don't follow me on socials, welcome to a very
What up?
blonde Robin.
It's been that long. We haven't vlogged with your hair like this, huh? It's been a very long time. It's been, what, 3 weeks? Almost a month that we haven't actually put out a video. It's been a crazy couple of weeks. We had 2 deaths in my family, so I had to go back to Mafeking. Then when I got back, we'll explain all of that. But before we do any of that, if you are watching for the first time, we want to say thank you so much for hopping on. And won't you do us a favor and just subscribe? Just go ahead, click subscribe. You don't even have to watch this whole video to know whether like this is a cool channel.
In fact,
just
pause
do it.
this video.
Just do
Go
it.
to the subscribe button.
Just subscribe. Click on the bell. Just do all the stuff, man.
Do the thing.
We'd really appreciate that. By the way, we do want to say that while we weren't even posting, we hit 800 subscribers. Robin's showing you guys how you need to.
Because you shouldn't cup in your hands. Because if you touch other things,
you see
then
what I'm
you
saying?
gotta.
Do you see? Okay, that one felt real. I think all of them are real. But anyway, so hey, thank you so much for everybody that subscribed so far. We're on 800 and as of this very moment, 816 subscribers and growing. So thank you to everybody. Really appreciate you guys. Really appreciate all the messages that you left on the other video, the tribute to my cousin. Thank you for sending all of your condolences. We read them, and we just want to say thank you for that.
Thank you for your support, guys.
Yeah, we really appreciate the support. Now to what the hell's been going on in our lives, man.
Well, we've been absent.
Where the hell have we been, man?
It's been a whole month.
It's been a whole month
Which is crazy.
we didn't even shoot anything. The last thing we shot actually was when Robs was feeling a little under the weather, and we were like so pumped, like, yeah, we're gonna go, because Robin was feeling a little under the weather, so and she was displaying some symptoms, right?
Yeah.
And so we're like, oh man, let's go to Empath, which is like literally down the road from our house. Let's go to the testing center, get Robin to do a COVID test. This wouldn't be her first one. This would be her second.
Yeah. Ooh, sorry.
This would be her second COVID test. So we're like, oh yeah, like took the camera with, like got all the footage and stuff like that.
That was Clive. Clive was excited. I was just like,
I think we were both excited. We're like super chilled because we were like, there's no way. This is just a seasonal flu, Both me and Robin know why she started coughing. Because Robin don't ever dress warm.
no, that's not okay.
That's exactly why. That's why. Robin, look at the difference. Everybody knows a denim jacket is basically like wearing a wet towel. And look, I'm wearing a teddy fleece like hoodie. So this should be enough proof. So anyway, we went out and we shot everything. And then
That was the last time we vlogged. That's what you were
that was the last like footage that we shot. That was the last thing that we shot. So then Robin went for her test and...
Wait, let's start from the beginning.
We didn't start from the beginning.
No, we didn't.
Okay.
Okay, so what happened was Clive came back from the funerals
Right. In Mafeking.
And that was the Friday.
Yeah.
Yeah. Got home on Friday, fetched me. I was good. Everything was good.
Yeah, Robin was staying with her sister.
I was staying with my sister.
Because she's scared to stay by herself when I'm not around.
No, because access to transport where we stay is so difficult, especially public transport. So
that's
then
why.
I was like, let me just go to my sister also.
That's why.
Because
Free food.
easier. And and I don't have to cook for myself. So then we were fine. The next morning I had to wake up to go to work. Got up, went to work, and then I got back from work and I was like, my body's aching, but I don't know why. And I didn't take it seriously because that day was really busy and I was running around doing a lot of stuff. So I thought maybe it's just because I had to run up and down like a flight of stairs. So I was like, maybe that's why my body's aching. It's fine, I'll be okay. Fine. The next morning, Clive was still isolating, but I was still going.
Yeah, because I had just come back from a hotspot. So the Northwest was a hotspot when I went. So in coming back, I would have to isolate for like 10 days. Yeah.
So then the next morning, I was like, I don't feel too good, but it's not like, it wasn't the body aching or whatever. It was kind of just, can I say that I had cramps?
Yeah, I think you can.
I had cramps, like just normal monthly cramps. So I was like,
Yeah.
let me just stay home. So I called my boss and I was like, I'm not going to be able to come in. And then she was like, cool. Then that very night, I was like, I don't know, I feel, it was weird, like my body, but my legs were sore. My legs were very, very sore. And every time I'd get up, it would be so difficult for me. Like at some points I had to ask Clive to lift me up from the carpet because I couldn't get up.
Yeah.
And he said no.
And I said no because I was like, you're a Nyakudzi now. Like, we pick ourselves up.
He wasn't taking me seriously,
I was like,
guys,
what is she talking about? Like, now I'm picking up a 25-year-old. Like, you can't get up. Like, no, get up, man. You get up. Take up your bed. Take up your pillow.
Even that
walk.
afternoon, he was just like, because I was like, babe, I don't think I can cook.
Because
I don't feel good.
Robin, in my defense, Robin Tandukula. Oh, Robin, all the sniffing, hay fever, sinus, headache.
These are the jokes he was
cramp.
making.
Hey,
These are the jokes
Robin's
that he was
always,
making.
there's always something. So for me, I've taken on this approach of like, she'll be fine, man. Like,
This was
it'll
the
be fine.
attitude he had,
It'll be
guys. Like
fine.
the whole altitude, and I was like, I'm not feeling okay, but it's fine, whatever. It's probably just like a small cold, because the day before I wasn't dressed warm again, so I was like, maybe that's what it was.
Say that again for the people in the back. Say that again for the people at the
So
back.
then, we went to bed that night. I remember laying on the couch and I was just like, I can't do anything. I couldn't get up to go dish. We kind of just sat here, and then at some point, eventually I got up.
Dish, so I had to take up the mantle.
He's lying. I cooked and then I got up
cooked
and
that
then I
night.
dished. And then we went to bed, and I remember in my sleep feeling nauseous. Like whenever I turn around, I'd feel like I needed to puke. But I didn't take it to heart again because I thought I was just catching a small cold. So then in the morning I had to go to work again just to go do a few things. And I was saying maybe we should just go to the doctor later on because I felt pressure in my ears, which was so weird. And I said, I think I just have an ear infection. And then Kyle was like, maybe let's just take you to the doctor anyway now, and then you can rest it off. So then we went to work, I did my thing, and then because we were working from home, he took me to the doctor, and
The doctor recommended that she go for a...
no, the doctor said I had a viral infection.
Did he not recommend?
No, he said that I had a viral infection. I have the sick notes. So then I was like, look, I work with a lot of people, and also my husband just came back from a hotspot. So I think if it's possible, can you just recommend or refer me to go get
A test.
a test, because with our medical aid, you can't just go because then you have to pay for it
You
yourself.
have to get referred.
So then he was like, look, I don't think it's anything, but okay, if you feel more comfortable, let me just refer you. So I was like, cool, I do feel more comfortable. And then we went past Empath. Went to go get my medicine, and then even the pharmacist was like, it's just the flu, don't worry about it. So I was like, cool. And then we went past Empath, but it was like,
It was late in the
it
afternoon.
was late in the afternoon.
Hey, look, if you get referred to go to Empath, 1 o'clock,
early.
2 o'clock, congratulations, you played yourself. Don't go. Just go super duper early. So it was quite late at that point, so we ended up not going for Robin's test that day.
We did go past there, but the line was too long.
the line was out. onto like the off ramp. You know?
So then we were like, it's fine, we'll go tomorrow morning.
Yeah.
And besides, the doctor said I just have a viral infection, so it's cool. And he didn't give me any antibiotics. He just gave me something for the nausea and then something for my headache and the pressure that I was feeling in my ears and my body. So then came home, and then Clive said that I must just lie down. He made me lunch, I think, and then I wasn't able to fall asleep
because I'm a carer. I look after. It's in my nature. Anyway, so that happened, and then.
So I just had
Jeez Louise, this vlog's gonna be an hour long.
And then
the next day
I was fine. Then the Tuesday night.
Didn't we go the very next day to Empath?
No, we went on the Wednesday.
Okay.
The Tuesday night, we went to bed again, and I was coughing a lot, and Clive had fallen asleep. And then at some point I woke him up and I was saying, I'm struggling to like breathe properly. Can you please pray for me?
Yeah.
And then he prayed for me, and then he got me some
power
medicine.
of the Holy Ghost. Holy Ghost.
He got me some medicine.
You gotta be. Listen, men. You guys need to learn how to pray. You need to learn how to take authority. You guys need to learn how to lead your household, not just with the physical stuff, but with the spiritual stuff too. You gotta take authority over your household. Lay hands on your wife in Jesus' name. Lay hands. Preach the. Okay, sorry.
So then, eventually I was able to fall asleep, and then
because of the praise.
The next morning he woke me up and he was like, let's just go get tested.
Yep.
So then he took me, and then I got tested, and then
then we went to Empath, and then Robin got her test.
Just relax, don't jump, and don't go back. Relax. That's it. Done.
And then we waited for the results, but we were just like, it's all good. Like, you know, she's good. She's not positive. It's gonna be negative. Like, I just kept at this point, I don't have any sort of anything. I don't have any symptoms or whatever. So
I had lost my sense of smell at that point, but I didn't say anything really.
That's another thing during this whole ordeal that like, yeah. Anyway, so Robin tests, and then her results came back. They basically the same day, right? The same day, and Robin
we came home and then we took a nap.
And Robin's test came back positive. So now it's like, I mean, we were like, man, confessing. People of faith. She's negative and she's there. And then Empath was like, no. She's positive. Empath was like, what guys? Stop the train, stop the bus, stop the whole thing.
Go home and isolate.
Go home and isolate. And then, but again, like I never, like Robin knows, like for me, a policy of my life is never to make decisions based on fear. Like it's always or emotions, but to always make decisions based on faith and to believe the best. And so I was like, okay, cool. Well, if that's what the doctor's saying, then we're gonna use wisdom. We're not gonna be like, no, she's not. No, she's not. And she's like coughing her lungs out. So from that point on, we were like, cool. That's cool. We told her sister, who deserves special mention here, Shannon Mdikane. Like,
shout out.
You deserve, like, you are
an honorary.
You're basically like an honorary frontline worker. Like, Shannon came through and she was like, okay, this is what you're gonna need. And then she was like,
remember, it was at night. It was late in the afternoon that we got my results, so we couldn't go to the doctor.
Yeah, so we couldn't go anywhere. I'm like, what happens now? Because she's positive that she has to go to the room and stay there. You know, I don't know what to do. So that night, Shannon came through that same night, right? She came with
no. Tell why she came. Because you threatened to take me to the damn hospital.
That wasn't the same night.
It was.
You're delirious.
Was the very same night.
It wasn't the same night.
It was.
Okay. So anyway, so here's the thing.
No, marriage is a joke.
So here's the thing. Robin tested positive, and then when Robin tested positive, like some of the close people that we have in our lives, we told them. And then what happens is everybody starts to give you advice based on their experience. they're doing it like from a place of like, hey, you need to be careful and stuff, but they don't realize like the tone and stuff that they use is like scaring the daylights out
Because
of
you're
you.
currently in it.
Because I'm currently in it,
Yeah.
and so the advice they're giving is almost like retrospective advice. And so someone, I won't say who, sent me a voice note and they were like, listen here, don't let her lie to you. As soon as you see her breathing funny, you take her straight to the hospital. Like they're like, if she starts showing it because she's gonna try get past you, clap. Like they were like sending me voices. She better not lie to you. If she starts breathing weird, or you take her to the hospital immediately. So I didn't play that voice note for Robin. I was listening to like, oh my gosh. And so I was like, okay, cool. So then I asked her like, hey, so how are you feeling? And then she was like, well, and I could see because she was, because there's so much going on. Like, it's like, the hospitals are full, don't take people to the hospital, this, that, and the, like, there's like information, advice, suggestions, recommendations coming from everywhere, and from people that are super close to you, from people that aren't close to you, social media. So you're not really sure exactly what you need to do. And so like in that moment, like when Robin was sort of like, she was trying to hide the fact that she wasn't breathing comfortably, like, and I could see that she was trying to hide it. So I was like, we're going to the hospital right now. And she was like, no. She was like, no.
Because he
I don't
got
wanna
up.
go.
He didn't even say anything to me. He
I
got
said,
up.
we're going right now. I
And he
started
was
like
well,
taking her
let's go.
shoes.
And then he took stuff. He was taking
I was
keys.
like,
I was like,
we're on
no,
the way
I'm
to the
going,
hospital
and you-
right now. We're going, like, and so, but then wait, I didn't. That it wasn't the same
It
night.
was because then what happened
How did your
was
sister then find out?
You were saying you called my sister and then you were saying, hey, I just want to let you know I was thinking of taking Robin to the hospital.
Oh,
But she's
yes.
crying and she doesn't want to go.
Right. Then I was like, Shannon, your sister doesn't want to let me be the priest of this household and take her to the hospital. And
No,
then
that's
Shannon,
not why. So the reason why
Robin
was
was
because
like super duper, like that was yeah.
I knew that I was just feeling overwhelmed, but I also know that I had felt that same sensation of like just pressure here, like right here.
But
so
the
I was
person who
trying
sent me my voice note said they're gonna lie to you.
So I was trying to
She's
like
gonna lie.
figure out if it was just because I'm overwhelmed
Yeah.
by everything that's happening currently, or if it's genuinely because like I'm
She had
struggling.
tested positive and the
And-
COVID is like, you know.
Exactly. So I was just like, if I just in my mind, if I like intentionally breathe in deeply, I'll be fine. And that's what happened.
And I was like, no, you're not gonna get one past me. You're not gonna get one past me. We're going to the hospital. So anyway, Shannon eventually came through. Shannon came with an oximeter. She came with a nebulizer. She came with orange juice. She came with Vicks Vapor Up. She came with medicine, zinc, ACC.
Everything,
She
yeah.
came with dinner. Like, she was like, oh,
Even
knock knock,
eucalyptus,
COVID delivery. Like, she came with everything, y'all. She came with everything. And she was like, okay, this is what we gotta do. You gotta put eucalyptus in this water, steam. Because here's the thing for me, man. I don't get sick. Like, hardly ever. Like, I'm hardly ever sick. And so, the whole medicine thing, like, there's this, like, a small part of me that's
doesn't
like,
believe in medicine.
nah, like, my body will fix itself. So, like, in looking after Robin, I was, like, nervous. Like, I was secretly nervous to go, like, yo, and I have to like make sure that Robin takes exactly this many, like every day, like gotta wash the dishes separately. Like I was so nervous of that whole thing. So when Shannon came, it was like, whew, it was like someone gave you a memo for a test, bro. And she was like, you just gotta do this, this, and this, make sure she takes this, blah, blah, blah. And I think maybe the scariest part of that whole thing was when Robin had the nebulizer and she was sitting right, like our couch is here. She was sitting like on the floor on the couch, like trying to breathe. That was the first moment of like where fear set in. And at that point, you've got a choice. You can either like feed into the fear or you can choose to believe God. Like, just gonna put it very plain. You can either like give into that fear or you can choose to believe God and obviously then use the wisdom of medicine and science to get you guys through that whole ordeal. So so Shannon came that night. She really held it down for us. And so we want to say again, Shannon, thank you. We love you. And you are the reason your sister didn't go to the hospital that night. Because I was on the way.
You guys,
I was gonna grab a
begging
bag.
him.
She was like, no, I don't want to go. And I was like, we're going.
Because the hospital was going to admit me if I said that I felt pressure in my chest.
Yeah,
They were
so-
going to admit me. And then I was like, no.
Yeah, I listened to the voice note that I was sent. They were like, you better take her to Mill Park. And I was like, Mill Park? I don't know if I have medical aid. Like, I I was trying to like, people are just giving you advice like make sure you take it to the best hospital, and I was like, okay, let me check my Discovery app. But anyway, so that was that night. Robin's breathing sort of was steady. We kept checking her oxygen with the oximeter. Is it an oximeter or is it an oximeter?
I think it just depends
Whatever
on
it
how you
is.
pronounce it.
So, make sure that her
So
breathing
we
is okay.
separated that night.
And then that night, we separated. And I had to sleep on the couch. And so, so Robin was in the room, I was on the couch, and then as a result of that, I think there was like some wind that was coming through, like under the door here in the lounge, and then I got like a little sick. I got a little bit fluish, and I was like, ooh. But again, I was like, that's because of, And so now, I don't even think, was I coughing?
No, you had like
Like my throat was just feeling funny. Oh yeah, and my throat, at the back of my throat, it felt like it was like swollen. And so, at work they were like, hey dude, how's Robin doing? And I was like, Robin's doing good, and you? And I was like, it's just my throat at the back. It's like, feels weird.
He was gonna go test anyway the next day.
I was gonna go
because
test
obviously
anyway,
He came
yeah.
in contact with me.
Yeah, exactly. So anyway, ended up going, I go to test, and then they're like, and then I'm like, again, it's just like, negative, Jesus' name, I'm gonna look after my wife. And Empath was like, buddy,
You should have got it tested yesterday.
you might as well have tested me. Empath was just like, nah. So, and then I tested positive as well. So then it was like, ooh, right? But again, no fear. Instead, I was like, the silver lining here is that we don't have to do this whole like separate thing of like, I was leaving food at the door for Robin like she was a prisoner, like all of that. We could stop now, because now Robin would have to wipe down the bathroom whenever she was done using it, because we don't have an ensuite. It was like, dog, like it was just, and for us it was really a silver lining. Like me testing positive, strangely enough, like was a silver lining under this dark couple of weeks, because it meant that now we could look after each other, and I wasn't solely responsible for the medication and all the stuff that Robin had to take and stuff. It was fun, but so we got to then kind of go through this whole thing together, and Shannon again, like star player, bro, like Jay-Z number 10, like came through again, like
every night.
She would come through, bring us dinner, like as a small part of me was like, I wonder if Shannon knows that we've got food. Like, I can, like, Robin can even, like, but like, anyway, it was just like, this is great. Shannon was bringing us like lasagna, like, baked, done, bro. Perfect, bro. Perfect. So, I'm a man of many talents, guys. Let's just flip the camera over. Man of many talents, look at that. She would bring us food. She would also then obviously just be giving us advice, because her husband had COVID either earlier this year or last year, and he had kind of made it through, and so we just did all of those things. The worst part of all of it is that it was like at the height, bruh. It was when Eskom was like,
wow,
we're showing out.
Wow.
We're like,
wow.
Yo, Eskom was like, we are about to show
shout out to
y'all.
you guys.
Like,
you guys are the people you think you
Yo,
are. 'Cause wow.
we had like 16 hours of load
No, I
shedding.
think it was more like 3 days
Might have been
back
like-
to back.
Yeah,
there
it
was a
might have been
time
like
where we
18.
We slept
Straight.
like 18 hours straight, no
Straight.
electricity, went to
No
bed.
electricity.
No electricity. Then there was a time when we didn't have electricity and water.
and water, and then for some reason if the electricity would come back, but then our internet service provider, no internet. And by the way, we don't have DSTV, so it's just like,
Or sometimes what would happen is
What
there's
now?
electricity in the estate, but only our complex has no electricity.
right, so like on the eastern side of the estate there's no power, on the west they've got power. It was
a
weird what
mess.
was going on, bro. Like, so we had to like go through all of that. There was load shedding, the Euros were on, I couldn't watch football, people are tweeting, I can't tweet my frustrations. Like, it was really like, I think those couple of days was kind of rough, because I still was capable. Again, my only symptom was like the back of my throat. Like for days, like it was just the back of my throat, just felt really uncomfortable. I eventually got some Andalex throat spray, but that was really my only hectic symptom. And then it's weird, it's like once I got the positive result, like it's like the COVID in my system was like, we here, and then it was like burning nostrils, lose my I couldn't smell anymore. I couldn't taste that well either. Like then all of those kind of symptoms came along, but it wasn't hectic. It wasn't like overwhelming. I think the first couple of days were like because we didn't know, so we were, you know, just going overboard with like everything just to be safe. But overall, the experience was manageable, if I can say. It was manageable, and I mean, this is right off the back of like close people in our lives losing people. I mean, the funeral that I went to in Mafikeng was for my cousins who had passed on because of COVID. So
yeah, and one was his age. So
and one was
like a big
1 year
age
older.
difference.
She was 31. So she was 1 year older than me. And so as having that as a backdrop, we were going through this thing. But that really for me, the only moment where I really felt the fear of it was seeing Robin with the nebulizer. But other than that, I think throughout it, we just made sure that we kept hope alive and you know, did what we normally do, you know, read the Bible together, pray together. Like we just made sure that we remain super duper close through it. I could tell though that sometimes we'd be playing chicken with each other, like, hey, why are you breathing like that? Robin did this thing that used to annoy the living heck out of me. Robin, because for me now, I'm like, hey, like I'm good. Like I'm really good.
No, but sometimes
Robin,
he says he's good.
But I'm legit.
Not, like, but sometimes no, babe. Sometimes what will happen is
you'll
just say you're fine, but I'm like, I can see that you're not okay. So just say like, and it's not like I just wanna help. I just wanna know what medicine I need to give you. Once I know what it is that you're struggling with.
Here's the thing, right? Robs and I, like, I can go like I'm good. Right? I'm good. And then that be that. But she worries. Like I can see her brain working, like just worrying, like, okay, he needs to take this now. Now he needs to take this. Now he needs to take this now. And then, so what she would do is she would like pretend to caress me, like, oh, babe. And then she would go, oh, babe. And then feel my temperature. And I'd be like, stop feeling my temperature. It's either you love me or you don't love me. Either you want to caress me or you don't want to caress me. Every single time. She would do it even while I'm like sleeping. Like I feel like her, because she knows like I love it when she plays with like my hair. And so she would like, I'd feel her hand like while I'm sleeping, like, oh, and then I'd feel her hand come like this and then turn. And I'm like, why you keep trying to feel my temperature, man? I'm just trying to.
Had fevers like.
Man, bro.
It was such a frustrating thing because
bro.
He would have a fever, and obviously when you have a fever, it's your body telling you that your immune system is working all the time.
But I didn't though.
He did. At some point, his temperature was like 38.4.
How did you know that?
Because I took it.
When did you take my temperature?
A thermometer.
Which thermometer? We don't have a thermometer in this house. Wait, go fetch the thermometer right now. Go fetch the.
What the hell is this? What is this?
You never shot me with that thing.
I did, and it was making a noise because his temperature was so high.
Was I awake when you took the temperature? Look, she shot it again. She's still trying to sneak.
So when
She's
I'm
still
trying
to
to
sneak
give him
it
medicine,
in. Oh my
then
gosh.
at least we know like what's happening, and it can bring it down. So if he didn't want to take medicine, so I said it's fine. I'll just put a cold cloth on your head, and then it will break eventually. So what was happening was, it was so frustrating because his temperature would go high and then it would like break, and then the next day the same thing would happen, then it would break. So it was on and off the whole time.
For me, look, I didn't want to give COVID the benefit of the doubt. I didn't want COVID to go back and tell its friends like I shot that guy flames. So I was just like, no, I'm not. No, I don't have a fever. But look, it was still quite an ordeal for us, and I still right now I can't smell still, but everything else is sort of coming back a little bit. I got pink eye as a result of COVID as well. Apparently it's one of the side effects that some people get, so there's that. And so we're just trying to just get better. We're not 100%, but we're really grateful to the Lord that number one, we're able to go through this together, and that number two, it wasn't what we've read and stuff, because look, there are people, and to everybody that, okay, sorry, ran out of battery life, but we just wanted to say, obviously there's people who maybe like me, we're so kind of like focused on, it's an agenda, there's a thing happening in the world there, you know, that you don't realize that whether we believe in political conspiracy theories or not, it's very real and it affects people differently. My doctor said to me, she's like, you just don't know. She said to me, you just don't know whether it's because some people are older or it's because some people are slightly overweight, or you just don't know. And because you don't know, you always want to err on the side of caution. So we do want to say we're so grateful to the Lord for our health and for having got us through this. We want to say a special thank you to all of our friends. Every single one of you guys brought us gas for the heater, groceries, delivered food to us, to all of our friends, to all of our family, for everybody that prayed, sent text messages and stuff. We want to say thank you so much. And we do want to just say to you guys that have subscribed to this channel, if you are maybe a little bit apprehensive, if you are a little bit doubtful, we had it. Okay, and
it wasn't just a flu.
And it wasn't just the flu, and people are really going through it. This virus is real, and irrespective of however you feel and where you lie politically, socially, whatever, if it comes knocking at your door, and we pray that it never does, it shifts all of that. And so let's be loving, let's be caring, and let's be very careful of how we carry ourselves during this time. Obviously, we want to encourage everybody, continue to be as safe as possible, wear your mask, social distance, sanitize your hands, do everything you can to keep everybody around you safe. Let's be responsible. My birthday is coming up, and that's looking a little different because of what we maybe were planning versus what we're going to do. It's going to be different because yes, you only turn 30 once, but at the same time, we want to keep people safe and we want to be responsible. So we just wanted to leave you guys with that. I don't know if there's anything you want to say about it.
Yeah, I think also just to add on to what Clive was saying, just because you're young and you know that your immune system is strong doesn't mean that the people who you live with or the people that you interact with on a daily basis, which our parents are vulnerable, you guys have to be mindful of that. Like, it's not just yourself that you need to take care of, you need to think of the people who are around you. And then also just what I learned in this experience is always to follow my heart. Like, I knew when I was in the doctor's office, like, this isn't, like, I'm not fine. And so just when you know that there's something in your body that's, you know your body better than anyone else, and when you feel that you're not good, advocate for yourself. Like, say, no, please actually just give me a letter so that I can go get it. Even if it's not, just at least you know.
You don't lose anything by testing.
You don't lose anything by testing.
Yeah.
So just learn to advocate for yourself, and also just, again, take care of the people who are around you.
Right. And to those who are watching this and might be positive themselves, it will come to an end. The way you feel is not forever, and we're standing with you in agreement, in faith, believing that you are healed in Jesus' name. Try keep as active as possible. I mean, I read, I try to still keep my mind sharp. We never ever wanted to ever find ourselves in a place where, on top of everything, right, physically that you're going through, you begin to mentally also go through some sort of a depression, or so make sure you're always communicating with people. If you are a person of faith, make sure you're always listening to worship music, building your faith up, speaking the word over your body. Get yourself some healing scriptures and just start to confess that over your body during that time. So if you are currently going through it right now, you've got some family and friends perhaps that might be going through it, I know that it feels tough. I know that it feels really hard, and there's long posts that I've seen on Facebook where people are going like, I don't know if I can do this. I want to let you know that you can. Strength to you, love to you. And really for us, we're kind of just going like, if we can be there for anybody in any sort of way, we will. And so guys, look after yourselves, be safe, and we look forward to being back regularly now that we are on the other side of this thing. Thank you again for all your patience. Thank you for your support, and thank you for your love. We love you guys so much, and we'll see you next week. Love you. Bye.